what's going on here. Move. What's going on here? Come on. All right, looks good enough to me. So we lock it in the lock it. Tournament lobby, text. Cool. Info. Okay, I think that is it. Just want to make sure I can go into my... I don't know. Something's going on with my Twitch TV.
As you could get to.
We'll save the password so I'm online.
Not quick enough to be able to punish that.
Up here.
Even little mistakes like that, Justin's just throwing himself at the ball. Sometimes it doesn't. It don't matter. EG just they've got boost. They're not being starved. If I quickly wrap around.
All right, here I have aces. I am recording this, so at least I'll have a recording if it's not streaming.
Then, of course, classics here.
So,
50. That's
Nivey93, I need to find out who that is.
Get ready. They just are not on that same pace that NRG are at.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely pacing. They don't look
Yeah,
confident to make challenges. Look at Classics.
So we're gonna go ahead and
He's
do
waiting
half
for
of the
Firebird
pot
to
here.
get touch first. They're instead responding to what NRG are doing instead of trying to take the game into their own hands and make plays happen.
Let's go.
So we're seeing NRG. They're a dangerous team and they're a scary team.
There
I'm
it is.
sure
Perfect.
to face. I don't think I've ever had the opportunity to face them, but if I did, I'd probably be shaking in my boots, you know, because Evil Geniuses, they're an amazing team, but NRG are proven.
Okay.
They time and time again win against these top teams. So for Evil Geniuses, if they can somehow play their game, that's what they need to do.
Right.
Stop trying to play NRG's game because it's not working.
So any heart
Yeah,
here just killed my hand, right?
We're just seeing
So I can't win.
Essentially between these two
cannot
teams, and
win
currently
here.
getting them in chat talking. As Garrett G has left, another case of players not reading the rules. It seems just keep check, guys.
Just not worth
read
a
it
bet.
through. Smash.gg
Oh,
has
I
it
won.
there. Just
8-9.
keep
Not
up
sure
there because yes,
what
every
Joker
game from
of
here
spades.
on out is a best of 7.
It's
Just remember that. That's
drawing
going to be a
2,
lot of
but
Rocket
let's
League
go
to
ahead.
come.
This is under the gun.
Yeah,
We can
more of a standard
call
format.
with
So,
a
I mean,
suited
we should get it.
semi
Usually
connector.
semifinals, we're rocking that
I
best
had
of
this
7.
here where I was going to bring up some starting
one more
hands. So we have
chance here
Queen
for
9
Evil
suited.
Geniuses.
And
We're
if
gonna
you
have to
see
complete an epic
down
reverse
here,
sweep.
we're
We're
looking
gonna
at
have any
Queen
chance
9
to move forward
suited
into
to
the
fall within
finals,
this
and
range.
that's gonna be tough. I'm not here to say if they can do it, but guys, if you still think we got some Evil Geniuses fans in the chat,
Queen
now's
9
your last
suited,
chance to
fold,
potentially get that vote out
we
there.
are in early
Exclamation
position,
point
so
EG if you think they
we
have
should
any
really be
chance of
mucking
completing
this,
reverse sweep.
folding
If
this
not,
hand, which we're going to do.
exclamation
If somebody will
NRG,
bet, then
you
we
think
will
they're
go
just gonna
ahead
win this fourth one and send them
and
home.
fold it.
It's been a long time since I last saw a best of 7 reverse sweep. Quite commonly see the best of 3s, but I mean, that's just 2 games. That's nothing really, but a best of 7, 4 in a row. That is so rare. Highburner does get the block.
So I want to double check
G
my
with the long shot once again. He had
stream.
options.
God, it's been forever since I've done this. don't know my key anymore. How did I set this up before? That's the email. There's my username, bio. I would like to be able to stream. So how do I get my code? My key. There's my channel. My channel chat options. Notifications, connections. Huh. So I'm here. Double check my. I can call this just because I might catch clubs. That'd be nice, but didn't. We can fold when it comes around to us. Okay, where is my Twitch key? There it is. Show it. Twitch, YouTube, Twitch, show, apply. Oh, my stream key. How do I know what a stream key is? Where is my stream key? So I changed my password, and that's what the problem is, right? So connections. Yeah, so I'm trying to stream this, and I don't understand why it's not letting me stream. Trying to start stream again. So we have 1,600 in this pot with an ace. It's a good half-size bet, but you have a flush draw out there which could, you know, wreak havoc. Yeah. So now any diamond wins, and a 3 of diamonds wins. And a 7-3, I have no clue what's going on. Like, why is my... I don't know what my stream key. I don't understand. Why can I not stream? It says I'm live, but why am I not seeing my channel? Alright, let's do it this way. Let's go to YouTube. Twitch stream key. Could not access specified channel or stream key. Okay. Okay, so I go here, show settings, stream. I'm still recording this, I just don't know why I'm not streaming. To shove here, you have to have a king. Hey, Gabby, could you close the door? That door, please. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. You can't. So this Ziggural 7-6 King's full house, King's 8. He'll win the 17-10, which was a good all-in with that king. All right, let's see Twitch here. Where do I find my? I needed a 10. Okay, it says return to my Twitch dashboard. And what's the Twitch dashboard? Okay, so this is me. I'm online. I'm gonna go to my video producer. Let's go video producer. And let's try to find stream summary. I see stream summary. Settings, permissions, moderator, channels, streaming tools, activity. I'm on my Twitch dashboard live. Okay. Here I am. This is my... Oh man, it's killing me. UCCS, Poker Theory, Analytics. Alright, Burrito Tom is out. I'm hanging out in the middle. I'm 7th. My goal is to win it. We are playing for a dun 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 $10 gift card. I don't see Evans, so he must have had his baby. Come on, where is my... dashboard. Okay, so there's my here's my dashboard. So why is get your stream key. It's gonna happen, people. I don't know if I should have played King Jack, but A8GS. A8GS. Stream key. Stream key. Stream key. Two, 4. We are going to the lobby, and we're checking it out. We got Dr. Diab, number 1. This is not very helpful. Okay, are we streaming? Oh, 82 seconds. Come on. So A8GS, I'm probably going to have to reset my stream key, right? Because I changed my password, so I'm assuming that's going to be the issue. Maybe that's the issue. 2-4 hearts would not have won. Okay. Diamonds. Diamonds make it every time, huh? We have 2 tables. Lobby. If I go to tables, I can see who's at the other table. And I can observe that table. And we have 13 left. Fold. Okay, am I streaming? Ah! Yes. Am I streaming this? Is this working here? It's happening? It's working. I'm on. Okay. So I'm streaming. I got a green light. Oh my god. That just took 30 minutes for me to find out why I wasn't streaming. And I still don't even know why I wasn't streaming. I just know I wasn't streaming. So you can hear me. You can see me. You can see my table. We've got the lobby up. Oh, this is working. Is it working? Is it really working? So 30 minutes of my recording that I'm going to upload to YouTube is me looking like a noob trying to figure out how to stream this stuff. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to close that out. I'm going to close that out. And we're going to just play some cards. Okay, so this is the UCCS Poker Theory and Analytics course, the GPS course. We are currently playing our No Limit Texas Hold'em tournament with 14 players. We are down to 13. You can't see it, but up here it says my position 6th of 13. Right here is the lobby. I'll bring that to the top. Let me just make it big real quick. So here's who we are. And here's who we are. Here's who we are. Sunday No Limit Tournament, 14 players of a class of 30. This is not mandatory. This is just for fun, but we are going to be playing for a $10 Starbucks gift card. And right now in the lead is... I can call 9-Jack suited for just an extra 30. Nobody's really making it a lot to go. Like 3 times. Like there was a raise, that was a min raise. So I have top pair and I have spade draw. And right now this would not get called. Typically this is not getting called unless somebody has a jack. So again, I just click the half button online. If I was playing live, I probably would bet 300 even. It's just easier this way. And I'd like to show, I don't know, you know, I'll show the cards. I had the jack and a 9, so you can kind of see where I was at. And now I have pocket queens. I have a chart that I was going to bring up that sort of showed position. I'm actually on the button here, so I'm in a really good spot to kind of put some pressure. Since everyone just limped in, I'll make it 240 to go. 240 is a pretty significant amount of money, and the only way that you're going to really call here is if you have ace, king, aces, kings, queens, jacks, maybe a pocket pair. So now I have the Queen of Heart redraw. This is a good place to just go ahead and shove. I'm going to go ahead and just put him in for the 1200, you know. 11.99, how about that? Let's just do that. I have queens, so I'm green across the board. Late position green. And now I'm going to go ahead and I want to make that disappear. How do I make it disappear? Boom. Gone. And I'm going to show the cards. I'll just show the one. BM. BM. I don't know what BM means. Cool. All right. So that's the lobby. You can check it out. I'm in 6th place. I should have moved up. Why didn't it refresh? It did not refresh because I'm not on it. In my stream, let me get on the stream. And there it refreshed. I'm in 5th place. So 14,000, man. JetNet Ninja. What a chunk of change right now. 14,000 JetNet Ninja. That's huge. 14,000. The average right now is 5,300. You can see that right there. So yeah, that's the average. Okay, cool. Let's lock the tournament, and let's not lock it. Let's pull the table back to the top, and then lock that. Here we go. All right, 14,000. Okay, but it doesn't matter. We just want to know what the average is. The average is, you can see here, 5.3. So we're average. So we're going to go up 3 times. Okay. UCCS Poker Theory and Analytics. No Limit Texas Hold'em. So right now, you're going to call this if you have one of the top tier hands. Aces, kings, ace, king, ace, queen. All right, this got me last time. So Poker Boy and I were playing, and let's just go. We're gonna go 400 straight, just because I want to get rid of Poker Boy, and I want to get heads up against T-Bone Savage. T-Bone Sav. T-Bone Zav. T-Bone Zave. And this is where I want to be. So next, it doesn't matter. Well, I'll just I'll show one card. Got the ace. Okay. So average is 5,300, 5,300. We are currently at the 30-60 limit, and the 30-60 limit is got like 100 big blinds. So we are streaming with a 2-minute delay, 4-minute delay. What happens if I go to my break panel? Cool. This is what we're playing today. And we're looking for these hands. Queens are better, jacks are better, tens are better. All these green, ace king, ace queen suited or offsuit. S is suited, O is offsuit. Cool. 2-4 off. That's a hand you just look at and you just say, nope. Goodbye. All right, so now I actually have a stream I can look at. A stream. If I click on this, can I watch my own? I can watch my own stream. Yeah, this stream isn't for the poker club. This is for the GPS class. Didn't know. Kyle says didn't know we were playing. We're not. This same club or new? Same. I wasn't sure. Got worried I was missing it. Yeah, so this is the GPS stream. This isn't for the club. Cool. Cool. All right, so this is a good raise. 3 times. I like the raise. Poker Boy, I like it. I'm going to take note of this hand in my stream. 13 minute. But because there's a raise and a call, I'm going to fold. And I'm going to assume that there's ace, a pretty solid ace hand out here. A very strong pocket pair hand. So an 8 right here is a very solid play. Very solid hand. Man, Now you know what to say. Deuces and deuce 3. This hand here, that hand. That was a king 4 of clubs I started with in poker. Boy raise. I'm making a note of that with 2-2 and joker spades 2-2 called. Looks like a 6-3 off. Okay, 6 deuce. Nope. What if you can hear me on this? Cool. All right. So okay, so we're good. Jack 8, ace. I didn't see overall. I'm back. I'm back, baby. We're gonna fold. Slow and steady. Oh, are you? Okay. Cool. All right. So I am streaming this tournament finally. Something called a stream key was out of date. I think because I changed my password. All right, so what are we doing here? We had a raise, re-raise. We're looking at some hots. Okay, so I'm going to take some notes. We have 14 players. A 10-3, I look down at it just to look at it, but you never are playing a 10-3. What's your Twitch? JD Cole 72. Yeah, this is the hand right here, King 4. It's on stream right now. I don't know where I'm at. He had pocket deuces right there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of us, 13 of us, 14 of us. Cool. Let's check out the lobby real quick and see where we're at. So we've lost a few people. A few meaning 3. Burton Tom, Z, or Burrito Tom. I gotta figure out who these individuals are because I forgot. 12th place was always winning. T-Bone Savage. We'll get to the final table at 9 players and go from there. 10-7 offsuit. I'm not going to play a 10-7 offsuit. I mean, the number one thing in poker is hand selection. You know, your starting hands. So don't get to the point where you're just playing everything. We call that a calling station. You can look here at the hands dealt. We've dealt 33 hands, and of the 33 hands, I've seen the flop 36% of the time. Okay, so I've only seen 12 out of 33 hands And those are probably from positions where I either was already in, like a big blind. So 3 out of my 4 big blinds, I was able just to see the flop. Yep. 3 out of 5 times I was a small blind. That's where I saw. But every other position, levy 2, about a quarter of the time. A quarter of the time, 25% of the time, I actually was going to see it. So 6 out of 25 other positions. I'm not really looking at seeing cards. Like here, I'm only going to play this hand if I can check. Okay? So pots 1 without a showdown, 3. Pots 1 at showdown, 3. 60% of the time. If I'm making it to showdown, good raise, I fold. If you make it to showdown, you're going to win. You got to win. I'm 5th right now out of 11 left. I'm going to make a final table. So in a tournament, I'm not playing this hand. In a tournament, your first goal is make the final table. Okay? Once you make the final table, your second goal is going to be make the money. Making the money. And in this particular tournament, we're paying out the top 3. First, second, and third. First place, though, gets an additional $10, wait for it, Starbucks gift card. This is a pretty good pot size bet. You know, you can get away with a check here. You don't necessarily have to play. That's a good bet. Into a half pot, 1,300, and there's a call. A set of queens is a great hand. Now, can I go back and see what he had? Sure, I sure can. He had pocket 9s. So on that hand where it was queen, 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 there were 3 queens. Anyone, I guess, can go back and look at. I would have had 2 pair. I would have had 6 and jacks, but Joker of Spades had 9, 9. And I think you can see it because it went to the showdown. If you hit the rewind button, the rewind button is this button right here. When you click on it, it opens up a whole nother window. 9-4 against a Jack 6. Man, we're getting ballooned up here. I've got blinds are going up to 5,100. That's 56 big blinds. 56 big blinds. Still have 11 players. So you can see I mean, if you look at the table here. So I'm 5 out of 11. We're just hoping to get to the final table here. Average chip stack, though, is 6,300. I'm below average. But that's because it's so top heavy. I mean, it is so top heavy. Jet Ninja has not stopped. Poker Boy and Shy Grail, Grail, and Shy Grail. I think that's Jack. Or is it Jack? I don't know. I'll learn the names. And Dr. Diab. I don't see Nang. Okay. Cool. Again, well, we're all in. We have an all in. Good luck, all in. 7. It's a great all in. The only card that beats you is that. And that's tough beat. Good game. Oh man, hold on. Oh, did I fold? I did. King 7. I don't know if that would have a King 7 would have won here actually. Yeah, the baddest beat, man. That sucks to get 2 outer there. So if you're watching at home, I'm just hoping that somebody gets knocked out here. Okay, so Ace 3 should not have won that hand, but it did against a King Queen. Against a King Queen. So if it doesn't get raised around here, I can maybe limp in with my Ace 6, since these hands have been holding up against a lot of players. But I don't get anything. I'm honestly afraid to bet. I'm afraid to bet because I just don't know where I'm at. No. Even though an ace hit, I still don't feel like that's a very strong hand here. But if it was going to get checked down for 900 in chips, I could have used those chips, people. And an 8-7. So these are really hands that we really wouldn't want to be playing, you know, an 8-7 offsuit. But yeah, so we need to really talk about the starting hands, and we will. We'll get into it. We'll get into the starting hands. Now you can play whatever hand you want. I mean, I'm just going to be teaching though what the optimal strategy from a theoretical perspective is. Game theory optimal. So this is a tough position to be in. You're calling here with a 7, of course. You're calling here with a 9, ace 9, of course. Now when I rewind, I can't see what he had. Man, 8-5 off against 8-7 off suit. Yeah, it's like landmines, you know? It's like kind of setting traps. See, right here, this would be a great spot where two individuals would have an ace-king or even a jack-queen. I mean, this is a good no-limit hold'em flop. Three seven offsuit is not a hand. It is not a hand to play. Bing! I don't know what that is. Share this as your favorite on your favorite social network. Stats. Again, you can make notes against players here if you want, you know, notes. Stats. We've played 43 hands. I have seen 30% of them. I've seen the flop. I have only won 3. Average is 7,000 in chips. I would like to get a little bit more, of course. The goal is to win every tournament you play in. So this wasn't mandatory. This is just for us to get some extra credit play in. Yep. I had 3-7. But I think hearts here are a really good draw. You have to worry about this small stack, this 1900 right here, Joker of Spades, because if they're betting here, they have a winning hand. The only time you're betting here is if you have a winning hand. And probably what you want to be doing here is shoving. And we're going to talk about that around week 5, 6, about when the pot is so large and you're so short behind, all you can do here is really shove all your chips in, because we call what is called is fold equity. If you shove 6, 5, 7 into that pot, you're going to get called every time. And luckily, he didn't catch his heart on the river, because I would have given the nut flush, but you had the winner. So you could have shoved the hand before and not allowed him to see another card if he folded. But great comeback. 3 6s, man. 3 6s. That is a good hand. All right. So Ace King is top tier hand. This is a hand I can raise in. I can actually get in and feel comfortable, moving some chips around. I'm okay with that. 300. I'm okay with that 300. I'm also okay to make it up a little bit higher. I want to just make it a 947, just to get all in here. Nope, didn't get them all in. So now we're going to play Ace King in position, or I'm sorry, out of position. I can maybe go along one more time, and if I get called here, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done here. Shoot. I don't know why we check back here, unless maybe you don't have a 10-8 or a 3. Maybe you have Ace Queen. No. I think you bet there with a 10. I think you need to bet that each time. 10-9. 10-9 offsuit. Just a cheap little place. We didn't raise it 3 times, we raised it 2 times here. The reason you raise 3 times is because you want to flip the equity of the value of a person's hand here. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay. So let's just hope for a. Give me a 2. What hand is this? Hand stats 46. I want to look at hand number 46. 46. Hand number 46, where I got dealt pocket 2s and the raise by Joker of Spades. Was a min raise. I limp a min, and then another min raise by Poker Boy. We'll see. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, the min raise is not. We have to stop this min raise. We have to stop the min raise. Nobody folds on a min raise. Now, I'm in a real bad spot on this one. But the only reason I'm going to shove here. Am I going to shove here? Pretty much. I mean, the only reason I'm going to is because last time he had a 10. I think he had 10-9 last time. Yeah. So here I have a club redraw. Probably I'm going to go broke on this hand, but whatever. I mean, 8, 9, 10, jack. And 8, 9, 10, jack. I have the club redraw. I have a straight draw. I have every draw except for I can't win. Oh my god. This is All right. That's it. Okay, so they're in the final table. Good luck, everyone. Cool. All right. So I busted in 10th this time. Yeah, he had a flush. That was good. Okay, let's watch and just kind of see what happens here. I'm going to observe this table. So let me pull up the table on stream. Cool. All right, 2-pair. All right, who are we watching right now? So this is the final table of our tournament. We're about 1 hour into it, so it should take. This tournament shouldn't take more than 2 hours, you know. All right, so right now, JetNet Ninja. Yeah, he made clubs. I got knocked out by clubs.
How long was that, Dad?
I wasn't even paying attention, honey. Seemed quick though, didn't it? All right. Okay, the button. Where's the button here? Kid Ace. So this is a good 3 times raise, a call, a call, a call. This can't happen. It can't happen because the pot now is so inflated at 27. You don't want to be sitting here with only 497. If you were going to call that raise, then you want to shove here, and we're definitely going to cover that when we get to what's called a push shove chart. Everyone should have a really good push shove chart. Yeah. Because if you're going to call I mean, you're only calling there with an ace in your hand, so an ace has to win this. But now you have a possibility of a straight and a flush. So a 120 bet isn't going to get you anything here. You might as well just check instead of betting here. What hand number is this? What number is this? Stats. This is hand number 48. I'm going to call this a gaggle of monkeys. Alright, so I want to see what he had if I can. Let's look at that last hand. So the 9, so there's a 7, a 6, 9. I mean, that's a great position to be in, raising here with a 6, 9 off because you flop the open ender. And then on the turn, you get now the nut flush draw. I wonder what Poker Boy had there. I wonder what Poker Boy had. All right. So with 6120, these are already inflated up a lot. Yes, I know I finished in 10th. So typically at showdown, you are going to be heads up, and the fact there's 3 players in here means that all 3 of them could have a 5. But a check, check, and then what happens here? What does Preston do? So the 120 bet, that's the second time to get that out of your repertoire. I feel honestly, and the reason is maybe you're doing that as for what we call a value bet, but go ahead and bet 1,000. Go ahead and bet because there's like $5,000 out there. So a player, like Cyan Skunk Logan might go ahead and just call it all off that 1,300 and knock him out with the pocket queens because that was a pretty good hand for queens. So this is a raise, which was a 2 times raise, and we're raising 3 times. So if you are going to bet Cyan Skunk, you would shove. I mean, you're in a position here where you have to shove. And you cannot just call this. Now you'll have to be all in. If you have an ace, you have to have an ace to call here, or better. But Preston has options, He could have an ace-6, ace-10. I mean, somebody could actually have woken up with 2 pair here and then get sucked out with the flush draw. It's the same position, though, Preston's in. If he bets the 120, you have to call 120. I mean, that's just, and a pair of 4s is going to win it. I think if JetNet Ninja bets half pot there, I don't think Preston can call with a pair of 4s. And that's why we want to be betting half of what the pot is. And so I want to sort of talk about that. Dang it, I would have had a pair of 6s. But yeah, you would be broke. Pair of 4s. See, this position here, go ahead and you have what's called a shoving stack. If you like any of that, bet it all. If you like any of that, bet it all. And if you check here, now let's say you check here and somebody else bets. If you end up just calling this, then you put yourself in a position where you have no chips left to really force anybody out. So you should be shoving right here. If you have an ace, jack, or 10, okay, Logan, I think you're Cyan Skunk, then you've got to shove here if you liked it. Okay, you did not like it. So Dr. Diab, that's a good raise. If this gets called twice more and one of you 3 players has an ace, this should have been a re-raise. Because now you just put an extra 2,000 into a pot. So if it goes check, check, bet, then we might take week 7's lesson and turn it into week 3's lesson. So again, the 120 does not get anywhere. We have to bet half the pot. We have to bet a substantial amount. And this is just bet sizing. So don't let my frustration, deteriorate. Yeah. Right now, if you wanted, somebody has to take control of these hands, like this hand right here. Okay. Somebody should be betting thousands of dollars. Because now if you hit your king, you've got the nuts. Ace king here wins. The straight here wins. A king is the best. So that 2,800 is a great bet. 2,800 could have been the last round where you bet the 120, because then look what happened. Everyone called around. The only person calling you has a king. So you guys might chop this one up. You have to chop this. And Poker Boy is thinking, man, if I have a king, I'm just going to shove it all in right now. And then, because what are the chances of all three of us having a king here? Right? So you just want to like shove if you have a king. So, ace 5. That wins a big chunk of money. Let me see if there was... I guess I can't see the hand now because I'm not in the tournament, maybe? I don't know. But a king... A king there wins. Yeah, I mean, if you check here, it's like, and we haven't even started the clash yet. So I mean, this is kind of where I feel, because if it goes check around and somebody bets, and now you have a hand all of a sudden that's good enough to raise here, then my question is really, why weren't you betting before? You know, taking the advantage. The reason we bet is to take advantage of a situation, and now when you have a player that's all in, you want to be sure that you have a winning hand if you bet. Because if you bet, you might push somebody off of a hand, like the ace 7, ace 5, ace 4, that could beat a player that knocks them out. Because the goal of a tournament right now is you still want to win, but more importantly, you want to be knocking people out, almost like teaming up. So it's not uncommon to have people check at this position just to get rid of knight v93. And if knight v has a 10, well, there's really nothing that you can do in this situation. And the raise feels like a 10, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. And it is even better than a 10. It's an ace 10, which is a full house. And we're down to 9. And in the lobby, we are knight v93. All right. Just look real quick and see where we're at. Dr. Diab took the big chip lead right there. Jumped up a few spots, and we have Preston, Dr. Diab, Poker Boy, Jet Ninja in 4th, Zygrel in 5th, Kid Ace 3, Joker of Spades, and Science Gunk with 794. This is the blinds are 75 150, so you have about 4 or 5 big blinds. So in this position, you might just be shoving with really any 2 cards. Any 2 cards. Because now, like a flat call here left you with about, what's that, 324? So 2 big blinds. You've really left yourself no position. You have no antes. I mean, you will get blinded out. And you cross your fingers that you have a 3, or that if you don't have a 3, they don't have a 3, and maybe you have a 10 with a good ace or something. And then you cross your fingers. Boom. So now that it's the same position, you still want to win a tournament, but you guys, the 4 of you, want to knock out a player. You want to knock out Cyan Skunk. So when you get a player all in a tournament, it's different than cash. In a tournament, you sort of want to be able to say, hey guys, let's just get rid of a player here. So if I have a 3, like if I had a weak 3 here and somebody bet 900, I'd actually consider like just shoving over the top with the 3 since we're going to do that. Or I might fold a 3 here. Because it's either a shove or a fold kind of situation. Because the, you know, a $12,000 pot and you bet 900 into it, that's 10%, less than 10%. It's kind of like that death by 1,000 cuts. Like you're slowly going to bleed someone to death. If you have it, bet it. If you don't, check it around. So this would just be a good check. Even if you had a full house here, Poker Boy, you just check it. You know, and then hope that he doesn't have a 3. Good. He doesn't have a 3. So you knocked out a player. Excellent. And then you start looking at the table. Who's the next player that you want to start to go after? And you look at the numbers. So here's 4,200. Okay, so there were 13 players. We're going to do 5, 4, and 4. T divided by 4. 3 is 4 and 1 extra. All right. So Preston is going, I think he's Mr. Never Lucky. He's going to try to defend his win from the class on Thursday. And I'm not frustrated. I mean, I get passionate about cards, obviously, but you guys are doing well. I mean, you're playing the game the way the rules are, and you're getting to it, you know. So every one of you knows how to play and compete in a tournament. What we're just going to do is refine some things so that by the end of the class you'll have the best chances of winning outright. And I know now, personally, that I have to adjust my play. Because I did not make the final table twice against you guys. Okay. So let's go to the tournament lobby. I'm going to just take a look real quick. Joker Spades, JetNet. And here it says next level is going up in 9 minutes to 100, 200. So we're going to be at 100, 200 in 9 minutes. Which means people will be at about 30 big blinds. Very good big bet. I like it. You're under the gun. There's the button. You're in that early position. This is a very tough spot to just be calling in. And when somebody bets out, if you have an 8 here, you would most likely want to be raising, like Poker Boy. If you have an 8, you may want to, you might as well just shove because the pot is already at 7,800, and you want to make it so much that that tips the scale, right? So 7s, and that's fine. A good bet, just a good non-raise call because there was the 8s out there that could have beat you. Yeah, that hand, you both had very good hands. Ace-7, which is a great under the, small blind. A queen. I want to kind of rewind it and see if you raised pre-flop there. So, nope, you did not. So, I want to talk about maybe the queen hand there. No pre-flop raise. But that might be a place where you pre-flop raise. Because what happened is everybody called. You see? And at least here, you have to raise Zygrel. The flop comes 8-7-4, and you have to raise. Because what if somebody had king nothing there, right? You would have lost that hand. Because the king does hit. And what if? It's like the what if game. What if someone had king 6 or king 5 or king 10? You let them get there cheaply. No worries. All right. 4, we're raising tiny, we're calling loose. This is JetNet Ninja. So here you have no fold equity. So here would be, if you have a king, you have to shove here. If you have a 2, you have to shove here. I mean, the chances of somebody having a 2, I guess, are good, but typically it wouldn't be very good because you're playing so aggressive that you get rid of all the deuces. Because now you have only 1,700 left. And it's going to put you all in. And the only way you call here is if you have a pair under there, a deuce, a king, or maybe the 8. But I really think someone's got like some 2 in their hand. Some crazy 10 deuce, jack deuce. Oh, he has a king. That's good. That's a winner. Good game. Good game. GG equals good game. JetNet. JetNet Ninja. And then there were 6. And if you're Kid Ace right now, you are just thinking, how am I going to spend my $10 at Starbucks? I mean, that's what I would be thinking. And then, after I can like already taste the caramel macchiato, I'm going to start looking at the table and I'm going to think, how can I get this 2,000 and this 3,000 and this 6,000 in my stack before they get it in their stack? Yeah, I'm taking notes, Preston, so. How'd they lose a player when I wasn't looking? Joker of Spades, good game. Joker of Spades. So if there are 13, I think it's going to go, it'd be 10, because it'd be 13, yeah, 13 divided by 4 would be, so we're going to go 10, 10, 10. So the top 5 get 10. Then we're going to go 9, 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, 8. That would be 5 plus this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, we're going to give an extra 10 points. So the top players here are going to get 10 points starting right now. Ace Queen is a great starting hand. I'm not sure how that 2-3 in late position was there. So that sort of sucks, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Maybe I can watch it over. I'm gonna watch it again. Let me watch it. 2-3. Yep. So that's the problem with the 2-3. Nobody raised it there. Why not raise Poker Boy with Poker Boy when they? Why not raise pre-flop with? I think it was Ace Queen to get rid of limpers. We have to get rid of limpers like the 2-3. And now you're first. Well, see, now you can't get rid of anybody there. He can bet, but you got to bet half the pot. And then when you flop 2 pair, so when Zygrel flops the 2 pair, the 2-3 on a 2-3 king board, you have to bet at least a half pot. You cannot bet 200 into 1700 because a person is getting 8-1 on their money, and it's still positive EV for a lot of marginal draws, right? So now it's on the turn. You bet 200 into 25-25, and now it's even a worse positive EV position because a person is getting 14, or we're going to say 13-1 on their money to call with a draw or clubs. And here you'd want to bet half. You're still getting raised though by the person to your left. Kid Ace 3, man. Just knocking it out of the park tonight. Fold. So we're 5-handed. If you're going to play against a small blind and a big blind, 125, 250, you may want to be raising here. And now Preston, you're at 2500, so you're in the position where you've got like 10 big blinds here. If you have an ace, a king, if you have any pocket pair, if you have maybe a 6, you could shove here. But just calling here does not stop Zygrel from wanting to bet. He'll bet like another 200 or 400. You gotta like let him know I'm gonna raise you all in because I have decent. So right here, a shove would have been just best because you have the winner. I mean, you have the winner. You had the winner on the turn. You've got the winner. If he checks to you, you gotta now throw your last 874 out there. Well, you have to do it now anyway. And you hope your 8, even he caught lucky on the river, but you still had a solid 10 jack hand. So feel free to go ahead and just shove it all in there, you know. Good hand. Great hand. Great hand. You know, the 8 was sort of hard to get in. So you double up. You just want to, when you have the best of it, you want to get it in there. And that was a good hand. Great hand. So Mr. Never Lucky, when to shove. I don't know the number of that hand. 2, 3, 8, 3, 9, 5, 6, 3, 5, 9. We'll say. Okay. 250 does not. Now see, that right there is a commanding lead. So that call means ace. Someone has to have an ace here, you know? Because if you're going to raise, that's even better. You hit that set of 6 on the river and crushed it. But an ace there wins, you know? But the 3 of a kind. The small bet gets a story told of like, I have something small. But coming over the top means I've even got a better hand. And someone willing to shove means I've got an ace. He actually had 3 of a kind. Good play. Cygirl. How do we... Let's see who we have here. I don't know names yet, but... For those of you that played in the last tournament, are any of you still alive? Oh, yeah. Cygirl came in 2nd last time and is sitting right now in 5th. And Preston, Mr. Never Lucky, won this thing. And I think the rest of you, Dr. Diab came in 9th last time and now is here. Kid Ace, I don't know who Kid Ace is. Somebody brand new that signed up. Kid Ace, who is Kid Ace? Kid Ace, I don't know. Alright, so right now, if you have any, that was a really big pot. What did Diab win on that? What was a really big pot? Oh, the Ace King Diamonds? Yeah, that's a big pot. How'd that play out? I love that raise. Okay, I'm looking back at the hand where you had Ace King, because this would be a good raise. Perfect. Boom. Perfect. Jeez. Kid Ace. That was a good hand. That actually played like a hold'em hand though. So I'm gonna write that one down. Diamonds, and he had the 9-10 offsuit. Kings, and look at that ace, man. Woo! Gotta rewind and watch that one, because I think that one got... How'd that get played out? Good raise. Good 3 times raise. If the ace hits, the kings, you have to shove. Well, you actually could get away with kings right here. Yeah. When do you throw away kings? That's a good another one. Good another lesson. Poker boy. Poker boy. 14.99. When to throw away kings. Pocket kings. When that ace hits the flop and you have an early position better, you know, feel free to fight another day. Diab. Jack. Yep, Jack. Noah Thompson. Noah. Jack Ford. Yep, there's Igro. I think Preston is never lucky. Never been lucky. Noah. Which one's Noah? Who's Poker Boy? Who is Kid Ace? Yeah, see how this hand here is getting just like out of control, like limpy. Everyone wants to play it. Well, if everybody wants to play it, then you don't know where you're at. You know, you want to know where you're at in poker, and the only way is to raise considerable amounts, because you have to see, like, leaving yourself $2 behind is I'm gonna make a note. Poker Boy 1499, $2 left behind. You gotta get it all in there, right? And now you hope you have a 5. Maybe you flop a set. Somebody has to have something pretty remarkable here. Somebody has to have aces. Somebody's, but you don't know, because, well, so the bet you want to bet, the size you want to bet here is 9,000. This is where you bet 9,000. Or if you have a 5-8, you shove and just put him all the way in. But remember, you also want to be getting rid of this player here, Poker Boy. Like, he's trying to tell you he has a better hand than you. And of course you have to call, but you know, you don't want to be in that position where you have to sort of call. You know, you want to just be like either aggressive or folding there. Ouch is right. But ouch maybe wouldn't have happened. All right. Tyler is Kid Ace. Kid Ace 3 is Tyler. Poker Boy. All right. So here is a under the gun raise, a raise, limp, a limp, and then You have to bet 700. If you bet here, it's 700. Click the half and bet. If this gets checked all the way around, you know, you might be able to take a stab at it right here, Preston. That's a good bet. You might win this. You will win this. Go ahead and stab at it again. Because a bet would be about 1,200 to 1,500, not 300. Because anyone can call you with 300. A little bit more. He might have considered folding King 8 against that ace. He might have. But I doubt it, because this is the same player that had pocket kings against 3 aces. So a good raise here would be 3 times, and then a good raise again, Dr. Diab, would be 3 times that. So 2,700 would be the raise. And if you're going to raise that, then you would be, right now we should be at 6,300 times 2 players, about 12,000 in this pot. It looks to me like a player's got an ace here. You know, you really want to be having aces in your hand. When an ace hits the board, you have to have an ace in your hand. But now you've got a club draw. So the bet here should be, so any club beats you. Queen of clubs would be the nut hand here. And there's 2 pair ace jacks against king jack. And right now, Kid Ace is just like spewing up like the caramel macchiato. Like I was like drinking it already, and I had my $10 gift card. And it's like, where to go? But do not be discouraged, because you still have 10 big blinds, and you know, you could be playing this differently. I wonder if I can rewind that and then stream that. Yeah, so I'm going to stream this because I want to show this last hand here. Wait, was this the hand? What was the hand here? No, that wasn't the hand. It was the go back a hand. This hand, okay. Okay, this hand. So look what they have before. King Jack and the Ace Jack, right? So this hand's going to win about 85% of the time against this hand. But not knowing that, how does it play out? So he's in the big blind with that Ace Jack hand. And there's a raise here. So small, boom. Let's start this all over so I can go back here. Okay. He's in the big blind. Call. On the button raise a little bit. 3 times would have been a better. 900 would be best. There's a limp call. So a raise here should be 3 times. Look what's in the pot right now. 1960. So you want to raise it at least to half of this to make sure it's at least half. Okay. I'd go a straight 1,000 here. I'd probably go to 1,800 here because I want to get rid of these players with a hand like Ace Jack. But now he raises. Okay, he raises here 300. This to me is, I'm shoving it. I'm shoving it because I want to get rid of these. I want to get rid of these guys, and just say, hey, you know, if your hand's that great, then let's do it. Now when the ace hits, you have 2 pair. Dr. Diab, you have 2 pair. There's absolutely no reason to continue letting these 2 players see more cards, because look what's here. A queen could come, queen king is a straight, 2 clubs. So a raise is good, but better is 3 times, especially with 12,000. Maybe get this up to like the 8,000 range, okay? Because a player is less likely to call. Now, they got rid of him, and you have a caller here. He's calling you with King Jack. Now, when this club hits, if you don't have, if I'm calling a razor and I don't have two clubs and I don't have an ace, it's over right here. It's over for me right here with 14,600. So with a bet of 1,800, when this gets raised, right, then I know there's an ace out there because I'm not chasing stuff right here for 20,000. I'm gonna lose a lot of money on this hand if I don't have it, and then that's the worst because what beats you here? A club, any club. In fact, probably Preston or Poker Boy folded a club. Now your two pair loses to a 6 of clubs, a 7 of club, an 8 of club, a 2 of clubs even. One of these probably had a club. But an ace jack, ace wins the whole thing. That's a hard lesson right there. It's a hard one. I was talking when we lost a player. Who did we lose? Side grill. Jack Ford. Jack, good hand, Jack. Good game, Jack. Okay, now you just want to get in the money, you know. Now you just want to get in the money. I still am on a delay. I'd like to take the delay off because this isn't happening now. This happened like a while ago. And I don't think I can take the delay off while I'm actually playing here. King. Preston's making a comeback. Preston's like, I am getting another gift card. So now it's a 3 times raise, and I don't know why why now 3 times raise and not just like all the time a 3 times raise. And someone's like, oh man, I got ace jack. If you have a jack here, you could really set a trap and just slowly kind of play it and maybe try to catch somebody that's wanting to play. But that's a great size bet. It's a half. If he even calls, you really should be shoving here if you have any piece of that. Any ace or any jack would be a shove. He's thinking, I don't really believe you. I don't believe you, Preston. I believe you. So if he raises you back, he's telling you, hey, I have a better hand than you. But if you shoved here, you could actually maybe pick it up and just say, no, you don't. Because if you call 9, that pot just went up to 4,000. So maybe, you know, then you have to think about what your equity is. And unfortunately, Kid Ace is just in a position where this has to be the last hand for him or her. I don't know if who Kid Ace is, but they need to consider shoving here because the next hand's going to cost them 250, 200 ante and a 50. So if you have anything, just get it in here because at least be betting 700 here, half the pot. So that's a good bet. I like 700 more because it puts this person all in, and now they're all in. So you only have to call 21 more, and you would have to call 21 more with anything. And now you hope for a 6. That's how you do it. Preston, good game. Good game. Tyler, oh, it's Tyler. Good game, Tyler. Good game, Tyler. All right. Then there were 3. Preston is going to be the force to be reckoned with, because we've had 2 tournaments with 14 players and one with 23. That's a total of 37 players. And he's made the top 2 in both of these tournaments. Preston. So it puts him into a test. You're all in. An ace has an ace. We've been running for an hour and 54 minutes. The next tournament, I think if you need, I might put a break in maybe after 2 hours. Well, there was an interesting, I'm going to bully you around move, Preston. I like it. I like it. Good 3 times. If you want to re-raise here, you'd go up to 36 perhaps. Now, if you can call a raise here, you might want to consider, if he bets out anything less than 1300, oh, that's telling you get out of here. Good. Get out of here. So I guess I'm watching this live, and then it's not streaming until later, I guess, here. So 1875, I like the bet. I like it because it's half. But it's hard to just call there with your chip stack. When you get down to like 10, 15 big blinds right now, the 400 just let people see a free card. You had to bet 10. You had to bet the pot, because now what if they got a 9? What if you let them see a cheap 9 or a cheap diamond? 400 is not. Every one of you should call the 400. You know. I mean, if he has a 10 or a jack wins. Jack 8 wins. That could have been maybe a raise there. There's a good 3 times raise. And now you have position on him, Preston. So if you get a check, you could bet a half pot, and with a king maybe take it down. When people bet half pot, typically we just respect them that they have what they say they're having. So if you bet here, Preston, I would say you have a king or a 10, and I would fold if I did not have a king or a 10 beat. Same thing, if I check and now you bet 4,000 towards me, right? Which you would want to bet here 4,000 if you have a king. That's great. I'm going to fold here if I don't have a king. I have to have a king. Or tricky spade draw. But if he checks a spade when it hits, then he calls here with a king. He could have hit a spade. If he did, he should have bet. I'm saying poker boy's a boy. He raises. Does he have a spade? I don't know what you were drawing at. Good. King 7 wins it. That's a very tricky king spot because you both had a king. And is the 7 play, you know, having that king with a... So, when you're calling that, I guess you know you're up against a king. That's mad respect for both of you there. I did not... I think Preston had a king. I did not know if Poker Boy had a king. I knew one of you had a king. You both had a king. And the 7 played. Good hand. Pair of kings, 10-7 kicker. Now what's Preston thinking? Boy, we're just passing chip leads around. You just picked up a free 2,000 right there. Am I gonna be frozen? I see I'm frozen on stream right now. I wonder if I'm gonna be frozen like that for like the 4 minutes, or am I still delayed? Great. I'm frozen on my chat, on my stream. Bet here should be 5,000 to put them all in. I mean, if you have an ace, you want him out, right? So, you know he's going to call with an ace. You have to call here because of, no matter what, you have to call there because you're only having to bet 500 into that pot to get 11,000. It's amazing. So 1,500 here would be the bet. And if you want to play this hand, you have to shove here because you only have 10 big blinds. So this would be a place where if you were going to raise, you'd raise all in. And if you have an ace here, you would just shove because you should get called by 36,000. You should get called by 24,000. So you can actually triple up right here. I think he's going to call you, right? Because Poker Boy's been playing pretty aggressively, so nope, you got it. So, but you go up to 88.95, which is a big jump. You're not out of this. If you raise 3 times that last time, you get a little bit more here. So a raise here is 1,500. A re-raise here would be 4,500. So the pot should be right now at 4,500 times 3. A re-raise here, this pot should be at like 30,000. And then if you hit it, you're shoving, you know. Because right now, you don't know where you're at, right? Because if you get raised here, where are you? Do they have a 9? Did somebody really call all those raises with a 9 in their hand? I mean, somebody has to have a pocket pair, right? So let's say someone has jacks. I'm going to say pocket jacks, pocket queens. Queens, jacks, or tens. I wish I had my 10 because I would have won. But a set of fives wins that. Good game. Good game. Ace 5 against nines. Never, Mr. Never Lucky. Preston. Good game, Preston. So this is a, yeah, so what the heck do I know? Ace 5. Okay, so this is a real crucial point. You have 2-1 chip lead over Poker Boy, and you don't want to let someone see a free flop. So you've got to raise. That's perfect. And now you get a call, and now you're first to act. So continuation bet here. Bet 1,500 again. Perfect. Perfect. Go ahead. If you have any part of that, go ahead again, because heads up, any pair is good, right? And you're just getting smooth called, so it's really, you can check now and maybe you'll get checked and you can pick it up, because you've got to bet like 6,000, 7,000 to this pot to win. So this could be a value bet. This could be a 10. This could be a 10 jack, a 10 9, a jack 5. A pair of fives is good here. I would like to know what the Poker Boy had, and it's not going to let me see it, is it? No, because I'm not in the tournament thing. But a pair of fives there is good. All right, Dr. Diab. So Noah, so again, if you don't want them to see a flop, you raise. Heads up is more critical. You have, but you're playing against 20 big blinds here. So just calling here, it's worth a call to see a flop. But if you're going to raise here, a raise could be about 4,500, and you might get kind of more respect for a hand. The 500 is just a waste of a round, right? So right now, bet 3,000. 500 won't do it, because if he calls, you're letting somebody kind of catch up to you. Like, what if there's a 3, ace 3, and then you let them catch that 5? Or what if they're sitting on 2 hearts and you let them catch that heart? So maybe someone doesn't have a king here, but a hand like 5-10 wins. Set of fives is the nuts. And now it's sort of like, well, was I going to get him off of fives before? Maybe if I shoved pre-flop. You know, maybe if I raised a little bit more. But no damage was done there. But, you know. So he raised, which means you have to bet. In your poker mind, when you raise pre-flop and you're first to act, you have to continuation bet. I mean, you just have to bet half that pot. And maybe pick it up. So Dr. Diab is tasting the caramel macchiato now, and maybe Noah's thinking, I can't let him back into this. You can play super aggressive until you get back to even chip stacks, which should be about 30,000 each. So you still have a considerable lead, 3-1 chip lead on Poker Boy. Especially when you're getting smooth called. If you had a flush here, I would just check. I wouldn't bet 500. I would just check. But what if they had a 9 and now they have 3 of a kind and you don't have the flush? 2-1 chip lead. You're right back to where you started 4 hands ago. So, where do you go from here? What's hard is that you're getting called when you bet. So, ace 4 of spades would be good here. I'd even take pocket 5s. I'd even take pocket 6s. I'd take ace 8 right here. And Jack wins because it's a 4-4-4 Jack 8. The Jack high wins. So a raise here would be 4,500, 10-7-6, 10-7-6. Okay, I'm gonna pull this tournament lobby up here real quick and just see where we're at. The ace king, this hand should be done if somebody bets. So we're down to 2 players. We're down to 2 players, and there's a 2-1, 3-1 chip lead. 3 places are paid, so right now they're playing for 119,000, and second is 71,000. Also, first gets that $10 gift card. Don't forget that. And we're just down to our final 2 players. Oops. There's that king, and there's that ace. So, still have a 20,000 lead, which is good. But how do you close out a game is a great lesson. So you can be looking at some of the Poker for Dummies books that talk about strategy towards heads up play. But definitely, I think the course has a good heads up chapter in it. Good half bet. If you'd like to raise, it'd be 6,000. But just smooth calling is a very challenging place to be. 7 wins it. I don't know what. Oh wait, what happened? Oh my God! So you got counterfeited on the river. The 10 made it jacks and 10s, right? So your 7, you were winning, and then the river counterfeited you because it gave them a higher 2 pair with a 9 or whatever the kicker was. So they had 10s and jacks with a 9 kicker, I think it was. Was it with a 9? Yeah, it was with a 9. So you had the winner, 7 deuce was winning, but the pair missed Jack, 10, 10, and their 9 played. What a bizarre finish. So we're playing for a $10 gift card. Man, I kind of want to take a break. It's all right. So close it out here is the key. You know, if you're betting 3,000 into that pot, there's 15,000 in there now. So don't bet anything less than 8,000. I mean, if you hit the half, it's going to be whatever it is, 6. That's good. That should win it, unless he has a king or a queen. Unless this player has a king or queen. Otherwise, you got to fold. I mean, there's just nothing here for you to call, because when you keep the bet sizing half the pot, the equity of calling, you lose equity. So by me calling with like a hand like ace 9, it's just not profitable for me in the long run. And then I can get that shift back. So that's why you really want to build pots and balance that equity. If you would have bet 1,000 there, whatever you have to call, because $1,000 bet there is 15 to 1. So I can be wrong 11 times and be right once and still make money on my choice there. So when you're back to having a 4 to 1 chip lead, this is in the bag, right? You'd think, unless you set a monster trap. And how can you set a monster trap? Well, let's see what we can do here. So if it's either calling or you're raising to 1,800. It's either a call or a raise to 1,800, or fold if you have nothing, I guess. But heads up, you sort of want to see the flops. You sort of want to play post flop when you're heads up. Okay, that's only a min raise, so why not? Sure, I'll do another 6. Even if you had 7-5, you could do another 6. Because what if it came up 7-5 something, or what if it came up 3-4-6? I mean, you flop your hand. That's crazy. It's crazy. Raising, half is fine. I mean, at this point, just to kind of slowly, but 1,800 is, I still feel pretty standard. Because he's calling you 1,800. You're getting called with 1,800s. Poker Boy's calling you. So a call here means, if you're betting out that Poker Boy probably has an 8 or, a 10 or a 9, especially here, if Poker Boy calls 76, then it's over unless Poker Boy has an 8 or a 2 pair, or because that's a great half size bet. If you would have bet 1,000, you would have been called right now. If you would have bet 1,000, called. That's why you want to keep these bet sizing up. Bet sizing. So now you have a 6 to 1 lead. So you had 2 to 1, a 3 to 1, a 4 to 1. Now you're at 6 to 1. The way that your chip stack is trending is perfect. So this is a place to shove right here, because they're telling you, Poker Boy's saying, I have a better hand than you. Well, maybe you do. I don't want you to see a flop. I want to get it all in. Because then a hand like queens, if you call with a king, you win. Heck, you win with a 5-4 right here. You went with king 5. You went with king 4. A 600, you could raise if you had a king. This is a king. This is it. Because now, unless, there's really no reason to fold here because it leaves you without any chips in the end. So you can't bet. All you can do is shove. And so now you bet 3107 or just shove all in and make Poker Boy call. And it's this game in 3 hands. So if you have a king, you have to call. If you have a 6, you have to call. If you have a 2, you have to call. If you have a 5, if you have a pair, you pretty much have to call because you've left yourself with 3100, and it's just a tough spot to be in. So the queen hits, and that's perfect, but you had him the whole way, and that's why you have to call there because you have an over. You have 2 overs to that hand. So by calling, you had to call. I mean, because you can't fold there because you lose. You only have 3,000 left, and what's the you have how many outs? 1, 2, 3 aces and 3 queens, and you have a 24% chance, and you hit a 24%er, and you're still in it to win it. If you would have folded there, the game was over. And now you're right back to 2-1, and you're like, oh my gosh, this feels like work, Toodaloo-loo-loo. 8,000. It's a good half pot. It's good how big the pots are getting, Because a call here knocks Poker Boy back down to half the chip stack. So that's a great all in. The king. Someone have a king, right? King 9. I don't know about putting all my tournament chip on the ace 3, but that's, you could have hit the ace. You don't know they have a king, but good tournament. I liked watching that. That was really good game, everyone. I thought that was really cool. I mean, the lessons to take away are the bet sizing. I think bet sizing is definitely something we will discuss, and just keep working and highlight it. So Poker Boy 1499 the second, and Noah Thompson, Dr. Diab, first place. Great game. Great game. So you went from 9th last time up to 1st this time. So $10 gift card. There it is. I'm going to put right there. $10 Starbucks on Tuesday. So that's it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I think it was just a great tournament. We haven't started the official day 1, tournament. That will start next Sunday. This was just a chance to get you some extra experience and some extra play, because when we meet on Tuesday, we're going to be talking about poker lessons. So read chapter 1 of Poker for Dummies, and we're going to talk a little bit about no limit structure, and we're going to talk a little bit about bet sizing and why do we raise. So that will be the discussion. And then starting next week will be our first tournament for additional gift cards, but also for class. But if you've participated in a tournament, I'm giving you points based on how we've ranked, either a 10 or 9 or 8 points, and you have the opportunity to replace it by playing in more tournaments, all those 8s with 10s or 9s with 10s or 8s with 9s to improve. So as long as you've played in 10 Sunday tournaments by the end of the course, we're good. So all right. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later.